in Folklore, there are a lot of songs that reference each other or lyrical parallels, and one of the ones that I like is the entire song, This Is Me Trying, then being referenced again in Mirrorball, which is, I've never been a natural, all I do is try.
Right. We have a series where we are breaking down Taylor Swift's lyrics from a literature standpoint, and today we are going to be diving into Mirrorball. So from the Long Pond sessions, she talked, her little snippet at the beginning was that she pictured this scene. She likes to picture scenes when she does music, or like sometimes she says when she is like writing a song, she can like picture a scene. So she said she pictured the scene as a lonely bar, a few stragglers on the dance floor, a lonely disco ball, neon signs, and a few people getting beer at the bar in the middle of a town you've never been to. And then she says, mirror balls are broken in a million times, and that's what makes them so shiny. And we have people like that in society. Every time they break, it entertains us. It's for people who have to be different versions of themselves for different people. So she's like, it's also representing celebrity, but it's also representing people that feel like they need to be a different person for different people. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to throw her little bit of wisdom in there about the song before we get it.
So verse 1, I want you to know I'm a mirror ball. I'll show you every version of yourself tonight. I'll get you out on the floor, shimmering beautiful, and when I break, it's a million pieces. So when she says, I'll show you every version of yourself tonight, it just made me think, like, we see reflections of ourselves in her music. That's why we're able, like, we relate to her so much.
Yeah. I talk about it in this, I think, in the chorus or second part. But yeah, I also think there's a part of it with her coming back to her pathological people pleaser, where she's also, showing different versions of like what people want to see in her too, not necessarily of herself, but like what other people want to see of her. And then, a disco ball is usually in the center of the room. It reflects in a room of people. There are so many different emotions and experiences coming around. Like like you had mentioned, she has a way of like touching on so many different experiences and lives, even if she hasn't gone through it specifically. She has a way of like writing things that people feel connected and they feel represented in her music, even if she's not talking about that specific thing. People find a way to be able to relate it to themselves. And then, a mirror ball is delicate. It will shatter if it drops on the ground. And when Taylor breaks into those a million pieces, it makes for a good news cycle. Then we have the chorus. Hush, when no one is around, my dear. You follow me on my tallest tiptoes, spinning in my highest heels, love, shining just for you. Hush, I know you said the end is near, but I'm still on my tallest tiptoes, spinning in my highest heeled love, shining just for you.
And this reminded me of Nothing New, and how Taylor is she's still trying so hard to reinvent herself and to stay relevant, and is scared of being replaced by like a new artist, and that one day, even in Clara Bow too, like she talks about that as well. So she's standing on her tallest tiptoes, she's spinning around her highest heels for us.
And, even when no one's around, she's still trying to be the best thing at this party. And I mean, in Bejeweled, she's made to shimmer, whether people are around or not. And then even like when we're listening to her alone, like it's just me and my headphones, she's performing for us. She's this mirror ball that we're all relating to. And I feel like it's if we she knows all of us personally in a way, even though she doesn't, and that she's shining just for us and our experiences, and how so many people feel that way about her. And then I also think when she says the end they said the end is near, kind of touching on the music industry, how I feel like she feels every album like this could be the end, or the last music that she puts out, the last time that like we'll tolerate her,
the last time people will care.
Yes. Yeah. And even as women, we have an expiration date put on so many things, you know. We have to have kids by a certain time, we're supposed to be married by a certain time, you know, and then
we have to be young and beautiful forever.
Yeah. And then once that expiration comes, like, we're no longer seen as worthy.
Okay. I want you to know I am a Mirrorball. I can change everything about me to fit in. You are not like the regulars, the masquerade revelers, drunk as they watch my shattered edges glisten. So I change everything about me to fit in. She'll change everything about herself to change and to fit in.
Pathological people pleaser.
Yeah. Well, and even just too, like, she's constantly reinventing herself. She constantly has to reinvent herself to stay relevant, you know? And every album has been completely different than the one previously, so.
And yeah, she's got a new style with every era,
new colors,
new hair, all of that kind of stuff, where a lot of the male counterparts don't have to change. They can keep making the same music, wearing the same stuff, and
just
it's
being
fine.
themselves.
And I feel like it comes back to like her wanting to be that good girl, meaning that everyone likes you too when you're that good girl, and it's hard for her to have to break that idea in her head of what a good girl was, and about having to be liked by everyone. And then I feel like for so long she kept quiet on her opinions too, because, you know, people didn't want to hear her political views. They just wanted her to sing. And then I feel like she could be talking about us in this next part. You're not like the regulars. I feel like she notices that her fans aren't like any other fans. You know, we aren't sitting there waiting for her to fail for our entertainment. We have her back no matter what. I mean, you hear anyone be like, I don't want the Swifties to come for us, because whether it's been too much, but we're always there to defend her.
We are a fierce group.
So I feel like we're not like the regulars. Also, you know, regulars, people at a bar, so I feel like she's touching on both of those. The masquerade revelers, drunk as they watch my shattered edges glisten. Like, we're not like the rest of the world, where we're just waiting for her to fail, or waiting to point out all of her flaws. You know,
and the masquerade part, you know, wearing a mask for a masquerade, so that just kind of makes me think of like fake people.
And she definitely dealt with a lot of people that were pretending to be her friends for a while, only to just turn around and try to destroy her.
Stab her in the back. Yeah.
And then we have the bridge, which is such a great bridge. She is the queen of bridges. Like, there's one thing she knows how to do, and it is a bridge.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because this is such a good bridge, and it gives us a lot of information, too. So they called off the circus, burned the disco down, when they sent home the horses and the rodeo clowns. I'm still on that tightrope. I'm still trying everything to get you laughing at me. And I'm still a believer, but I don't know why. I've never been a natural. All I do is try. I'm still on the trapeze. I'm still trying everything to keep you looking at me.
You know what this just made me think of? Oh my gosh. I've never been a natural. All I do is try. It's a Midnight song. Is it... Oh my gosh. Is it, You're on Your Own, Kid, where she talks about, like, something about not being good about making friends, or something like that?
Mastermind?
Oh, maybe it is Mastermind. Yeah.
The kids didn't want to play with me as a little kid. And I've been scheming like a criminal
ever since. Yeah.
She actually says in the Long Pond sessions that that specific part is a callback to This Is Me Trying.
Okay.
And then she also said at the beginning that she wrote this after the specific song after her Lover Fest was canceled due to the pandemic. And that she was still writing music and still trying, but she has an excuse to sit back and not do anything, and she can't. Like, she can't physically not keep working, and she doesn't know why. She doesn't know why she just can't relax and not work. And then I also feel like a couple of this could be a reference to her either masters being sold a little bit, or with the Kanye West situation when you try to attack her character when she says clowns to the west. So it could be where they, they send home horses and rodeo clowns, and they, burn down her disco, like they were trying to destroy her. So kind of is thinking about some stuff, but I feel like she was still believing herself even when the world was against her at that specific time. And I think she's also kind of like an optimist. She's a hopeless romantic. She believes in like beautiful, wonderful things, even when the world has shown her like the opposite.
Right. Because I'm a Mirrorball, and I'll show you every version of yourself tonight.
Classic.
Yeah.
She loves to end a song with the very first part of it.
Mm-hmm.